Arrest warrants out for a man who investigators say shot and killed a local rap artist known as Trouble. Trouble, whose real name is Mariel Orr, died at a Rockdale County apartment complex early on Sunday. Channel 2's Tom Reagan's live at that apartment complex in Conyers, where it happened. And Tom, you're told the man wanted for killing the rapper did not know him.
Yeah, Fred, that's what makes this case so strange. Authorities say both the rapper and the man now charged in his murder did not know each other, but a dispute over a woman may have sparked the deadly shooting. Deputies arrived here at the Lake St. James apartments around 3:30 yesterday morning. Inside one of the units, they found the rap artist Trouble, also known as Mariel Orr, dead from a single gunshot wound to the chest. The man now wanted for his murder is 33-year-old Jamichael Jones. Authorities spelled out what led to the shooting.
Mr. Mariel Orr, which is the victim, was visiting a female friend at the complex, and Mr. Jamichael Jones did know the female, and it was a domestic situation. I know that there is a lot of people that are really upset right now, are brokenhearted about the situation.
Now, the suspect is still on the run. Authorities say he is from the Jonesboro area. They're hoping someone out there will be able to tip them off to where he is hiding out. Live in Rockdale County, Tom Reagan, Channel 2 Action News.
Tom, thank you very much. Looking for more information on that story. Well, please turn.
We are once again urging people to solve their differences with words, not bullets. That's after they say an altercation and gunfire led to an innocent bystander losing his life. Channel 2's Tom Jones live now in College Park, where officers, Tom, say they have at least a person of interest at this point.
And George, police would like to speak to that person of interest after a gunman got into an altercation in that parking lot. Shots were fired. Meanwhile, over here across the street at the Legend Cafe, a man was simply standing here minding his own business when a stray bullet hit and killed him.
Man, it hurts my heart.
Kion Weeks was really bothered after I told him it was an innocent bystander who was killed in front of the Legend Cafe on Old National Highway around 1 early Monday morning. Weeks says guns and the people who easily pull the trigger are wreaking havoc on his community.
We either need to take them away, or we need to teach people how to use them responsibly.
College Park police say a gunman wasn't responsible when he got into an altercation in this gas station parking lot. Shots were fired. Police say the victim was across the street at the cafe, minding his own business when a bullet fired by the gunman hit and killed him.
He was just happened to be in front of the Legends Cafe on Old National, walking by, and was struck by an errant bullet.
A bullet also shattered the glass door at Legend Cafe. A worker showed me where the victim fell. Major Patterson is once again urging people to use words and not guns to solve their differences.
Better ways to handle conflicts as opposed to just going to the gun right away.
Weeks says someone's child won't be coming home again. He says the senseless killing needs to stop.
I just want to give a message, please. Do better for us.
And police say they are reviewing video surveillance, and that's helping in their investigation. Meanwhile, they are not naming the person of interest they want to speak to. They are also not naming the victim, saying they are waiting to contact all of his next of kin. We're live in College Park. Tom Jones, Channel 2 Action News.
Today is Monday, June 6th, the year is 2022. So over the weekend here in Atlanta, we had there were a bunch of people got shot and killed. Let's just keep it real. There were some incidents that happened, but two that stood out to me. The rapper Trouble was killed while visiting a girlfriend. He was in the home of a young lady's house out in Rockdale County. Now, here's the crazy part. Rockdale used to be this really upscale, nice, middle-class neighborhood. It still is. The white folks then fled, and all the heathens then moved in. I remember when I first bought my first home in 1993, the family who purchased the home from me, they moved to Rockdale County. So white flight head to Rockdale County. And here we are in 2022. where Rockdale down county is predominantly a large black area. So Rockdale and Newton counties have become very black, particularly Rockdale County, and dangerous. So welcome to Niggaville, y'all. Some people, well, he was in his house. Let's go back to Trouble for a minute. Trouble was in his house, in this apartment, visiting some young lady, and I guess her ex-boyfriend or whoever it was kicked in the door and shot and killed him. He was just at the, visiting some woman. They could have been, who knows what was going on inside that apartment. But she's still alive and well. His ass is dead. That's why I always tell people, it's better to meet somebody at your own place instead of going out there meeting. If he had been in his own home, or this woman had been visiting him in his home, probably this would not have happened. I always had a rule when I was dating people, I meet somebody, I never went to their homes. Hell fucking no. Never know what the fuck going on. I'll come meet you. You come meet me at my place. Back when I used to do those type of activities of dating and all that shit. All that shit is water under the bridge at this point. This man lost his life, shot and killed at some woman's house in Rockdale County. Rockdale has become very dangerous. It's turned into a Niggaville. I mean, what else? Some people get mad because you sound like somebody remember all these messages. They don't like the term Niggaville, and I use the term nigga and this and that. I try, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't got to watch these videos. You ignorant ass niggas get on my damn nerves. Y'all, we do realize that some of these neighborhoods do crash and burn when ignorant black folks move in there, ignorant niggas. Not all neighborhoods. There's some very nice neighborhoods in Rockdale County. I wouldn't live out there in Rockdale County myself personally. I look at houses online out there. So it's beautiful. I ain't going out there. Hell fucking no, it's the middle of nowhere. To me, I'm sure some of you all live in Rockdale County. You probably love living in Conyers and Rockdale County. It's just not for me. And I've seen some gorgeous houses out there. But the area has really, the shopping has gone down. Rockdale is not like it used to be 20, 30 years ago, particularly because so many black Americans moved in there and, they were from New York, New Jersey, Chicago, you name it. They moved out there and bought them big, beautiful houses, and the neighborhood went to hell. Not all of Rockdale County. There are some very nice, middle-class black neighborhoods in Rockdale County, Rockdale County, and Newton County. However, there's a dangerous element that has moved in there, and y'all, I don't want to have no parts of it. That's just my thoughts. Now, Old National Highway. A man just out going to get him some fried fish or fried chicken wings. Placed the order at a restaurant on Old National Highway. Remember, I told y'all last video, I don't want no parts of Old National Highway. Excuse me. He over there getting him some chicken wings. Fried fish wherever at the Asian restaurant, Asian owned Legends. Restaurant. Two niggas are on the other side of the street get into a fight and get to shooting at each other. See, they don't give a fuck about nobody. We gonna get to shooting. People all around you. They ain't got shit to do with y'all shit. This man come outside thinking about the chicken wings he's gonna be eating, he gets shot and killed. An innocent bystander who probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on across the street. I don't want to be around these heathens and niggas, y'all. They're too dangerous. Welcome to Niggaville, y'all. Where an innocent person gets shot and killed, and you better believe there are a lot of innocent people who were killed this past weekend all over Niggavilles across the United States who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, 3 people got shot and killed at a club out there. 2 were shot and killed. 1 got hit by a car trying to run from the shit and got killed. Okay, what in the... Y'all can have that shit. That's why I don't go to nobody's nightclubs in Niggaville. Them heathens get drunk and acting a damn fool. Too fast to grab a gun and get to shooting for no reason at all. Well, this weekend, a lot of black Americans lost their lives to random shootings by other black folks for no reason. Some of these people shot and killed, they had no clue what the fuck was going on. They were just there having a drink, hanging out with friends. I'm going to the club, going to get some chicken wings, some fried fish, and didn't make it home. And y'all wonder why I fled from out of these areas and won't live in certain areas. You won't catch me up on Old National Highway. I'm not going up there. Back in the day, years ago, there used to be a little bar up there on Old National Highway. And when I was younger, before I knew any better, now I know a whole lot better about Old National, we would go up there to this bar and hang out there. And back then, the area was in the 90s, there was less chaos going on Old National. But as the years went by and the apartment complexes started to go downhill, and they closed the Target up there on National. Those who remember the Target at Old National and I-285, they tore it down finally. There was a movie theater we used to go up there too on Old National Highway. There was a Kmart that we used to go to up there. Old National was actually a nice place to be. Not anymore, honey. You're going up there at your own risk. There is a LA Fitness that they had a problem with people breaking all the cars up there. And early in the morning, people in the gym at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, they had to put security out there to watch these cars because people kept breaking into the cars on Old National Highway, LA Fitness. They built that Walmart up there. They built a Burlington Coat factory. They moved the Kroger. They've tried to improve Old National Highway, but it ain't working. Go on up there if you want to. And here's the crazy part. They even built some newer homes off Old National in the past few years. And that shit ain't cheap. And I'm thinking, who is going to buy this expensive mess to risk getting shot and killed, picking up some hot wings at the Legend Seafood place on Old National? Not me. I looked at them houses, and they wanted $200,000 to $300,000. This was a few years ago. I don't know what they want for that shit now. And I'm thinking, who is buying this shit? And don't forget now, if you go down all the way down Old National Highway, you have that house owned by what used to be Evander Holyfield, but now it's owned by that rapper. Oh, I forget. They got some the crazy part is off Old National Highway are some beautiful subdivisions of nice homes. Old National is the problem. A few years back, maybe a year or two, a black guy who bought this beautiful house off Old National, they have newer subdivisions, was rolling his trash can out to the curb. 2 niggas, and don't forget now, he just a few steps away from Niggaville. They swooped through the subdivision, kidnapped his ass, made him go to the ATM up there on off National, somewhere in the area, get cash out. Then they put him in the trunk of the car that they had kidnapped him in and set the car on fire and killed this man. This man lived just a few blocks off of Old National Highway. He had moved to Georgia, bought a home. It was just rolling his trash can to the curb. And his wife said he vanished. What happened? They kidnapped this man, made him go to this ATM machine, remove cash, and then they killed him. What do you think they could have got from that? $500 or something? Y'all think this is a joke about Niggaville. But Niggaville is deadly, and them niggas will kill you and think nothing about it. That's why they don't have a problem in a crowd of grabbing a gun and shooting. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about you and any of their own lives. They don't give a shit. Y'all think I'm going to go up there on Old National and deal with them heathens? Y'all think I'm going to ride out to Rockdale County and visit a friend of mine at their apartment complex in the middle of the night? No. I stay away from you heathens and your offsprings. I don't want nothing to do with you. And people get mad. You talking about, you sound like I don't know, somebody's supposed to mess up to delete that shit. Y'all don't like what I got to say about Niggaville, then don't watch the videos. But there's no sense in pretending that Niggaville don't exist. And that it is a deadly dangerous place. This man shot and killed in his apartment. Rockdale has become very dangerous. Watch the news. Oh, the news is that, well, you didn't even got to watch the news. You need to talk to people. Oh, I've heard out there in Rockdale County about burglaries, home invasions, shootings, killings in restaurants, all kinds of shit from people I know who live out there who say, man, this got horrible out there in Rockdale. I say, I know it has been. All the niggas that moved out there. Now I can imagine it has gotten very horrible out there in Rockdale and Newton County and anywhere where a bunch of heathens are moving to. But again, there are some upscale black areas. This is the thing that concerns me about black folks. We seem to live in this fantasy world that we have to live in areas surrounded by other black people. Regardless of the demographics, the income, we just want to be around black folks. That don't work out in our favor. You look at a neighborhood and say, wow, there's a lot of nice black folks living in this area, because I've been down this path. I've purchased homes. So I thought, I never forget, I built a home in 1997 in Lithonia. Beautiful sun. Everything was brand spanking new. I'll never forget this shit. Lithonia, I bought a house, built a house in 1997. Me and Earl had been together maybe a year or two at that point, and I was living in the house by myself. Actually, my sister stayed with me at one point, and I built this big, beautiful house out in Lithonia. I literally stayed in there 1 year. One day there was this big ruckus in the subdivision. Now the subdivision was brand new houses, these big plastic houses, nothing spectacular, brick front, vinyl side. They don't build vinyl sided houses in Georgia anymore, it's against the law. But back then they had these big houses. It was just big, and it was beautiful, big house, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, just ridiculous. Once again, I got suckered into this house. Only paid $185,000 for that house back then, $185,000. Ooh, I wish I'd have kept it and rented it out and held on to it. Anyway, I had that house. The house was a beautiful home. My neighbors had practically all the neighbors had moved. This was in 97. They're all from New York and New Jersey. I never forgot this. One day, an incident happened between two of the homeowners in the subdivision, neighbors. They got into a fight in the middle of the street. Neighbors fighting. Just a cat fight, brawl out there in them streets. Police all over the place, cat police, the neighbors talking, bullets flying all. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on over here? And I'm in my home. I brought my house set outside the subdivision. Didn't sit inside the subdivision. I knew better than that. So I brought the one that sat on the outside of the subdivision. But it was still part of the subdivision. It just was the first house at the very front of the subdivision on the side street. I wasn't stupid, y'all. I knew better. So anyway, the neighbors got into it. The two women got into it. One of the neighbors had boyfriends or husband had slept with one of the neighbors and fucked, and then they had this, literally, I guess, the boyfriend or husband of one of my neighbors slept with a neighbor at their door 2 down for something. Something happened. They got into this big fight. Swimming out there fighting. One grabs a gun. Luckily, nobody was shot. Nobody was injured. But it was just this big ruckus. And then people wouldn't cut their grass. They wouldn't maintain them houses. They wouldn't. It was just a fucking nightmare out there. After 12 months, I said, I'm out. I ended up building a house. 12 months later, I realized I gotta get out of this. This is too far out, and I was not expecting this. I thought I had found paradise, but it was not. And I ended up building a house in 1998 in the old Fourth Ward, which was really a rough neighborhood, but it was changing, going through gentrification. This before they even knew to have the word gentrification. So I moved into an area that was changing. The white folks hadn't quite got hold of it like they do now, which had they held on to that house. It's probably worth about $1.5, $1.6, $1.7 million. Wow, Lord, I didn't hold on that. I had a couple of $1 million houses that I sold too soon. I hope I don't make that mistake with this one. I was over here just praying and I hold on to it. I'm like, Lord, if I can just hold on to this house for about another 10 years, I'll be 62. Can I kind of get that $1 million check finally? I can get the hell out of here. But it makes you wonder, where can you go as a black person in America and be safe in a black neighborhood? Is it possible? Maybe you all can help me. Is there somewhere a black person in a black neighborhood can feel safe without having to be worried about getting shot and killed, picking up some hot wings, or shot and killed, visiting some chick in the middle of the night? There was another story of a young lady who killed her boyfriend this weekend. She ran him over. She followed him out to a restaurant using an air tracking device, and she ran him over with his car because she said he was cheating. Is that serious? Seriously, y'all. I'm not about to run nobody over because they cheating on me. I'm gonna go about my damn business. You have a good life. If you don't want me, goodbye. I'm going to find somebody else. There's 10 billion niggas out here. White folks, Asians, and look, I'm looking at these Hispanics. They're like, these damn work their asses off over here. We can build houses together. I'm not about to sit around here pursuing some crazy nigga who don't want me. Why the fuck would I do that? I'm gonna get out there and run their asses over. This bitch was crazy. I know white folks do it too, because there was a story in Texas a few years back. This woman ran over her husband. He was caught cheating too. She ran his ass over. She actually got out of prison now. She's finally out on parole. Whew. So, only white folks can run their husbands over and get out on parole a few years later. Don't you niggas think about that. You're going to be in there for the rest of your fucking life. So, I don't even know what to say about these stories, but trouble. Getting shot at me, I was only 35 years of age. I had a hit song a few years back. What is going on? Is this the Georgia? Why can't I get text messages from the Georgia lottery system here? Because I know if I ever want some damn money. If I ever want some Georgia, I'm going to run my ass up out of here with the quickness. Well, I might pay out this mortgage if I won the lottery. I'll even write a check for this mortgage and give some more Spanish. Paint it up! Finally, I got y'all to paint now. And I don't like that color repainted. Yeah, I repainted a couple times over here. So no, there is no paint on these walls yet. I'm looking at some stuff. I'm probably going to be a little while before I paint. One of the reasons why, just to change the subject for a minute, get away from Niggaville, this is unpretty. I'm looking at furniture and I've made some changes on the furniture. It's hard to even find furniture in stock. When you walk into a furniture store and they say, oh, you can have it in December, October, November, December, January. It's like, okay, well, because I've been down this path before. You order furniture and they tell you October, November, December, then that date rolled around. They say, oh, it's going to be January, February, March. I'm not going there to do that. So I'm trying to find some furniture that's available that I like, that I can put in here and kind of paint around that furniture. So I went back to the furniture store like a scavenger. What you got in stock? Nothing. I was like, okay. So I did find a few things. And somebody got me hip to Facebook, when you buy stuff off Facebook. And I've actually found some stuff on Facebook that I'm like, this is some nice shit. And it's cheap. And I'm like, what? I can pay cash for this mess. So I'm looking at some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I did not know nothing about this, y'all. I'm learning a lot. People, one of my friends is like, go here and go there. He's sending me all kinds of stuff. And I found some nice stuff that I like. Some of it was new. There's a table on there. This went up for sale like in the past today or yesterday. And this woman's she's brand spanking new. She wants to sell it. She's moving. And I said, would be perfect. So I'm waiting to hear back if it's still available or not. So who knows? But I'm getting hip to a lot of this stuff. Y'all forgive me, I'm old. I don't know much about this stuff. But back to Niggaville. It just makes you wonder. The neighborhood I live in is very quiet now. It's very quiet. There's not a lot going on over here at all. Sometimes when I drive through here, I'm like, damn, this place is dead as a doorknob. And I went into the city over the weekend. I said, the city's back to life. It's all these people running around and stuff. And you kind of get back to the city, it's like, oh, everything seems, there's still people out here. But with people comes danger. In particular, with our people. And yes, I know. I don't want to place all black people. I would never harm anybody. It has never crossed my mind to grab a gun and shoot or do anything to anyone for no reason. But I know crazy people. There are a lot of crazy folks out here. I know there are a lot of crazy black folks out here who would bust up in this house and shoot and kill me over this stupid iPhone over here. I know that can happen. And I'm not going to lie here and say to myself and say, well, because see, I'm not worried about these white folks that live in this area out here. They're the least of my concerns. I'm not really worried about the black folks that live in this area because they seem to be very upscale, decent black folks from what I've seen. But it's the niggas down in Niggaville I'm very concerned about. That's why I don't want to be in Niggaville no more. I don't want to live in them parts. I don't want to be around all that madness and mayhem and confusion. That's just my thoughts. You all can think what you want to think. I'm not trying to bring down the black community. I can't fix these issues. I don't know who can fix this shit because we hate each other. We hate each other. We will bump into somebody at a store and then feel like, I got to shoot and kill your ass. Because we just bumped into each other. Yo, man, what's up? He couldn't. Small incidents like that. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. I don't want to spend one day in jail. Not, especially not the rest of my damn life for some bullshit. Not me. It's never crossed my mind. I'm going to harm, shoot, kill anybody ever. But I'm not no fool here. I know it's a lot of black folks out there who would shoot me dead over nothing. Now y'all can live in this fantasy world, and he talking bad about black folks, and he must hate black people, and he talking about using the word nigga. Child, fuck y'all. You the dumbasses who end up shot and killed, and your car broke into, and you shot and killed outside some wing. You think I'm gonna run my ass over to Niggaville and buy some chicken wings at 1 o'clock in the morning? No, sir. If I can't cook it in this, at 1 o'clock in the morning, the only place I'm going is to my fucking kitchen. I already been picking my shit up from Kroger, and I'm gonna go in here and cook it. I'm not going no place at 1 o'clock in the morning in the middle of Niggaville trying to pick up no food. For what? What's up?
Are you alright?
I'm in the middle of making a YouTube video. You live on my YouTube video. You want to say hello to my folks?
I do not.
You don't? You don't want to talk to my fan club?
I do not.
You just being rude. Say hello. Say hey. He hung up the phone. Screw him. Anyway, back to as I was saying. Those of you, if you feel safe in Niggaville, then you can have it. I'm not going down there. I've lived in Niggaville before. I know it's nothing good happening in Niggaville. Escape from Niggaville is what this video is. I'm going to name this video, Escape from Niggaville if you want to live. And we can't look at these incidents and say, oh, this is just rare. Because this is not rare. You know how many innocent people got shot and killed this weekend? Minding their business in a nightclub, leaving a club, out partying with friends, hanging out, buying some chicken wings or fried fish. And they end up getting shot and killed. Just an innocent bystander. Maybe this is just my thoughts and opinions. Y'all can think what you want to. However, today is Monday, June 6th. The year is 2022. I got stuff I need to do around here. I'm up here washing clothes. I'm about to mop this floor. There's dust all over this house. I'm so sick of this mess. I wish things were different in Black America and that we did have safe neighborhoods, and we probably do have safe neighborhoods. I looked at some black neighborhoods before I purchased this house. I looked in Cascade, I looked in Mechanicsville, I looked in Reynoldstown, Summerhill, I looked at a lot of places. And just driving through those areas and dealing with that element, the homelessness, the poverty, the violence, I just couldn't do it, y'all. I'm just too old. When I was younger, I didn't have a problem going into the old Fourth Ward when it was really rough. But now I'm old enough to know better. I'm not going down there. The old Fourth Ward has transformed into a beautiful neighborhood thanks to gentrification. It's still some rough parts of it, though. Particularly if you go down Wabash and Parkway. At the corner of Wabash and Parkway, there's that park over there. Those of you who know the old Fourth Ward, Wabash and Parkway, there's that park. And they got these $800 to $1 million condos going up over there. They ain't sold none of them yet, because that is a very dangerous area. They built these contemporary townhomes, the $800 to $1 million. They sit right on that dangerous ass park, and ain't nobody bought on one. In fact, they done fenced it up. They just waiting for the heathens to leave. Literally, they put a fence around the project. And they waiting for them heathens to get up out that park. And I drove by that park on Sunday and said, these heathens still here. It's dangerous. So, say what y'all want to say. Or criticize me, those of you who want to. You don't have to watch my videos. But Niggaville exists. It's not a fantasy. It's real. And it's dangerous. And it's deadly. And you can get killed there. Those of you who have sense enough to escape, like I did, those enough who have the tenacity, the desire to escape. Because there are some people who love living in Niggaville. I remember at one point, I thought Niggaville was cool when I moved to the old 4-4. Oh, look at this, all these black folks. And I realized I was dodging bullets at nighttime in my own room. I could have been killed. When I moved into the old 4th Ward in 1998, I left Lithonia and bought that house in Old Fourth Ward. They were selling drugs. There were 2 drug houses right across from me, and them niggas would get into it and get to shooting out there. And I would literally fall on the floor. And this $400,000 house I had just purchased, that's now worth about $1.8 million. I kept that damn house. Ooh, Lord, what was I thinking? But it was horrible back then. It was bad. Old Fourth Ward was disgusting. We just called it the old dirty ward. It was filthy. Trash everywhere. Niggas all over the place. Prostitutes, drugs. It was horrible. It was the true essence of Niggaville. But not anymore. It's still a little rough down there. Still some badness up and down Boulevard. Old Fourth Ward, you ain't gonna get nothing under $1 million down in the Old Fourth Ward. You can forget about it. And white folks done stacked all that shit up. They ain't got it all. Every bit of it, including my old house. I see white folks up on that hill. They sitting up there, drinking martinis on the porch. But I was dodging bullets. Seriously, I drive by the house all the time. I look up there like, oh, they still in there. It's a beautiful house. It just the timing just wasn't right. But anyway, that was years ago. This is now. So today it is Monday, June 6th. The year is 2022. I'm out of here. Love to read you all's comments. Don't forget to share my videos. Subscribe to my channel. What are y'all thoughts about Niggaville? And is it just me, or is it Old National Highway really just a dangerous place? I think it is. Anyway, I'm out of here, and guys, enjoy the rest of your night.